sorry. I am so sorry. Sorry to be a burden. Another problem. I hate it. I wish I was hassle-free, and I decide I will be. Decide, resolve. But it ebbs away. But I can't catch it. Keep a hold of it, my own resolve. It's a chemical. Oh, what a relief to think that it's like a vitamin deficiency. Out of my control. Something that tablets can aid. That it is not my fault. That I am not an abnormality. That I am valid and worthwhile. Not too much. I hate it. I hate to be a problem person. I want to be a joy. I want to be a friend. I want to be lovable, desirable. I want to be a joy. I want to try. I want to be okay. I just can't find okay. Maybe, not on my own.
You're feeling down. School's run out.
My daughter asked me how my mum died, so I told her. She asked me why her mum didn't help her to feel better, and I said it's because her mum had an illness called depression that made her feel so poorly that she couldn't get out of bed, and that she took her own life too. She asked me whether I would take my own life if I ever got too upset. And I said no, because my mum broke the cycle. She couldn't talk about her problems, but she helped me and my sister to talk about our experiences, to be strong and to not feel shame. I told her that she is so good at telling me when she's upset that her mental health will be even better than mine. I told her how in the 60s, when my mum was growing up in a wealthy house, she wasn't allowed to feel upset. And so things grew and grew until they became too much. But we've learnt from this in our house. Overcoming a problem is something to be proud of. Hiding it is something to be ashamed of.
I was once a man. confident, achieving and together. Now smashed into 1,000 pieces.
I'm 19. Suffered some problems at school. Now I sort of clean.
I hate to be a problem person. I can't find okay.
I feel stuff to burst. Like sand, it's filling up my insides, filling up my brain until I can't think. I hate it.
Depressed. What an insidious word. The utter shame and humiliation of it. To catch a teenager crying. It takes all the romanticism out of it. My mum broke the cycle. So we can be proud of ourselves, not ashamed. Overcoming a problem, it's something. It's something to be proud of.
I was a man. Previously confident, achieving and together, now smashed into 1,000 pieces. The quiet dark was pierced by a sickening bang. Screaming followed, the kind of screaming I dreaded. The previously calm radio crackled into life, but we didn't think it needed to tell us what we already knew. My stomach tried to reject what little food it contained, and between the casualty and I lay a minefield. A literal fucking minefield. How many times do we use that phrase in everyday language? And there's a real life minefield, greeting me like smiling death, welcoming me in, ready to take any part of my anatomy it wanted. I had to fight the urge to remain in safety. Every fibre of my body and my rational mind told me I was a fool to advance. We were in the Taliban Badlands, and they loved to set multiple improvised explosive devices in the same area or to open fire once they saw the medical team coming forward. As I ran, dripping with sweat and reeking of fear. I remember so vividly the day I transformed from doctor to patient, which is ironic, given that it was the day my mind finally succumbed to the load it was under. My diagnosis? Post-traumatic stress disorder. War never leaves you. Shortly after I was sent on sick leave to recuperate at home, our first daughter was born. We called her Inara, meaning light. I found my purpose again as a father. Thrived after looking after Inara and my wife also. I guess I should introduce her at this point. Her name's Christina, and she was the love of my life. Christina broke my heart. Abandoned, I moved about 80 miles to live with my parents. I wasn't mad. I wasn't unstable. I was just heartbroken, and I wanted the pain to end. Being a father, a good father, all I ever wanted. Now every day without my child drove me further from recovery. There are no truces in the vanguard of child custody battles. Only bloody fights with one winner. Fight dirty and win. Tell the truth and lose. I learnt that lesson the hard way. I was a man, previously confident, achieving, and together. Now smashed into 1,000 pieces. And the thought of putting those pieces back together